What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Yant, man. And today we're going to be reviewing JJK's chapter 213. And man, I called out 212 because it had potential to be very seriously plot hole retconny ish later on down the line. But the very next chapter, Gege, which is the author, made a point in the opening panel to explain how things worked, and I really liked the way it went. That ended up going, and obviously that's why I always tell people when they're reading a series ongoing to pump the brakes and not be quick to just jump on things and be like, wow, why is it this way? Why is it this way? Why is it this way? Because sometimes the author can you know make it make sense. So we start off the chapter finding out that ever since Sukuna had been plotting on taking Megumi, it's when he saw that his ability and his curse techniques were something valuable. But unlike Yuji is more like a cage to him because he can suppress and hold Sukuna in check, and he wanted Megumi to be like a vessel, obviously like a true vessel, like a true host. And that's where I kind of was wrong in my analysis from last chapter, because I thought Yuji was the perfect host, but no, he was the perfect host to control and cage Sukuna. Whereas now Megumi is a vessel for him to actually fully control. But there was one stipulation. He could have always just broken off his finger and given it to Megumi at the start. But what he needed to do is first he needed to get more of his power back, which is still kind of weird because he's got up to 15 fingers now. So he's still not full power, and he doesn't say full power in the chapter, but still the fact that he's saying recover his power. So, I mean, I'm guessing just so the energy would be more potent, so it'd be easier to overtake him, because obviously you see the more fingers Yuji ate, the more the more Sukuna's control happened. So obviously he wanted that. But the other stipulation was for Megumi's soul to break. Or not his soul, but like his mental state, his, fortitude and stuff. And obviously that was seeing his sister basically being taken over by a curse that like ruined him. So he was really heartbroken. And so that's when Sukuna took advantage of that, because he's seen how weak Megumi was at the time, and he was able to do that. Eventually, we find out later that Yuji sees this, and he's just like Megumi, and then before he can even act, you see it. He's gonna wind up his punch, like clenches his fist, like he wants to go attack. But next thing you know, Sukuna speed blitzes him, punches him so hard in the stomach, it doesn't look like there's a hole in him, but blood comes on the other end. So I would assume that was maybe a kill shot, but I doubt it was. And he's sent across multiple buildings and lands in like a pile of rubble halfway across the city. And then you can see Maki and somebody else running through the streets as they see all the remarks, everything falling from the debris from the sky and whatnot. Later on, we see that Sukuna starts making remarks how no matter what the area is, there's always insects that are going to pop up, pointing out the fact that he's had to deal with insects like these all the time, and he considers the situation that he's in just another, situation. So he's going to just swat down the insects and the flies that he finds. Eventually, we find out that Hana is back up, the angel is back up, and Sukuna remarks like, oh, it's because unlike me and the brat, they're working together so they can wake up easily and recover quickly. So eventually, he doesn't realize how dangerous the angel is to him, and the angel and Hana decide they have to go ahead and separate Megumi and Sukuna before it's too late. And she starts to react. Jacob's ladder is the terms they used. The translation might be a little bit off. These are still early releases. This isn't actually the official released, so sometimes translations can be a little bit off on like named, especially like named attacks and stuff like that. So basically, it looks like a giant light beam in the sky, basically, obviously, because she's like an angelic person, and Sukuna is the fallen, evil. It's kind of like the little biblical, not biblical, but kind of biblical references, and the light's coming down and basically purifying Sukuna and has him in extreme pain. Has him like in literally a shot where like it's like his skin is just peeling off and he's just bloody all over. And eventually Megumi's voice reaches out to her because she's just pleading, give him back, give him back, give him back, because she loves Megumi and doesn't want to lose Megumi, and she's just pleading. And Sukuna realizes this. So what happens is it appears Megumi's back in control, and he reaches his hand out and the marks are fading on his body, and she's thinking she did it, or he was able to get control of his body. And so she stops the attack and lowers her guard and starts to come closer, and the angel's trying to tell her no, Hana, no. And eventually she gets close enough, hugs Megumi, and eventually we find out that it's still Sukuna, and Sukuna on the last page of the shot looks like he's about to eat her. Obviously, we don't see the action happen, but it looks like it's pretty much going to happen unless somebody else pops up out of nowhere. But she's pretty much going to get eaten, which is kind of crazy when I first seen that, because I'm like, he morphs his head way larger than what it is, kind of like a Mahito's like transformation, and it was just crazy to see that, and it was just like, I had to take a double look. I was like, is he about to eat her? So, and obviously he's a cursed spirit, and he even says that, that they're all about themselves, and that they're dangerous and they're gonna do whatever they want to do. But it was still the fact that it caught me off guard a little bit, because I'm like, damn. But they make a remark to just never forget a cursed spirit's true nature, and that is in their true nature. So, unfortunately, there is a break next week, so we won't get to find out exactly what happens until the week after that. But all in all, this chapter seemed very short, felt very short, but it was kind of just a showcase that now Megumi is under Sukuna's control, and it was a good job to explain why he has control of Megumi now, and why it works out now, as opposed to why it doesn't work, or why did he wait so long. So Gege did that perfectly. They did that perfectly in explaining right after it happened. Because sometimes authors will literally, something will happen, the fan base will really question it and not be like, they'll be unsure of like what the hell happened, and we won't find like a revelation for like 10, 20, 30, hell, sometimes never explanation why. So I really like that. But like I said, guys felt like a real short chapter to me. Maybe it's just because of like how many good widespread panels they had. But all in all, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter. Please be sure to like and comment, subscribe, and all right, see y'all in the next video. Peace.